Uh, it's a good morning here, and it's your night there. Uh, we're going to talk about diet, and if we revise the first session, then we had discussed about what is important for the health, and there are many factors. It's not just diet that really affects our health, but there are many factors. So basically, what I have learned until now is good balance makes you healthy, and some kind of imbalance makes you unhealthy. So what are the factors that has to be balanced to have a good health needs to be understand. So there is a balance in diet. If we specifically talk, then there should be a balance between fast and feast. So feast, you all understand, eat really well, and then fast. So we have already discussed both of these things, that diet should be according to our hunger. When we feel hungry, we should eat. If we don't feel hungry, we should avoid. Or if I am not hungry and still it's time and still I feel like having something, then we can always go for the light stuff. So what is light? Is anything that is light for digestion. There are people, I've seen people, even after eating fruits, they would say, "Oh, I'm feeling heavy." So, light food and heavy food, it depends on our capacity of digestion. And when I talk about fast, so fasting can be done daily in two ways. Daily fasting can be done in two ways. First thing is when we keep enough gap between two meals. So when we take breakfast and we take lunch and we take dinner, normally what I feel is a person should eat just thrice a day, not like every now and then we should eat. There are people who would eat every 1 hour, every 2 hours. Uh, with a gap of 1 or 2 hours. So I really feel that if you follow such pattern, your guts will never get rest. But if you eat like twice, thrice in a day according to your hunger, then your guts will get some gap, some rest, and that's how the capacity of the guts remain really well until we live. So this is my understanding that we shouldn't eat more than 3 times a day, and breakfast should be light, of course. In the world, at least especially in India, they say that you should eat like breakfast should be like a king, lunch should be like a layman, and dinner should be like a beggar. But in naturopathy, what I have learned and understood is your breakfast should be light. That is, it should include any natural stuff, like any juice. Juice can be of fruits, juice can be of vegetables, it can be of salad. You can have just fruits. um, we can have only salads. Salads are natural, we don't cook them. And sprouts are also natural. So anything of this category we can take as breakfast. And we should take breakfast in such a quantity that we feel hungry, nice hunger. We feel intense hunger at our lunchtime, and we can manage the time also, and we can have proper food, proper lunch. So, my quantity should be such that I feel real intense hunger at my lunchtime, and my lunch type and quantity should be such that I feel hungry again at my dinner time. So if my lunch time is 12:01, I should eat in such a way, in such a quantity that I feel hungry again at 6:07 at my dinner time. And after dinner, I take my another meal the next morning. So that will be the intermittent fasting. So gaps are also a type of fasting, enough gaps between two meals. and enough gap between 2 days, that is our dinner and next breakfast. So that intermittent fasting, these two we should daily have in our system, in our habit. So this habit keeps us healthy. So we were talking about balance. We'll go into deep about this diet thing, but before that, to learn about balance, there is another balance of work and rest. So there are people who don't work really well, who have sedentary lifestyle. So I really think that. See, if a person is IT person or software engineer, so they mostly are on their computers, in their cabin or in their office sitting. They have a sitting job, right? They do work hard with their brains, with their mind, but they do not work physically a lot. So I really feel that a person, if have sedentary lifestyle, they should walk, they should exercise, they should do swimming, they should give good uh, activity to their body. And there is a balance of rest. There are people who are workaholic and they keep working like for an hours. Even if they feel tired, they wouldn't take rest. They always think that I should finish this work in so and so time. So they keep themselves pushing. Okay, so what happens is, if we push a lot to our body, our organs, first thing that happens is, for days our body really supports us, but it kinds of gets tired, our organs get tired. If we do this for weeks, for months, our organs start getting weaker. And if we continue doing this for years, our organs start becoming sick. So it applies to each and every organ, even to the hands, even to the brain, to our guts, to our kidneys. This applies to each and every organ. Okay. So we should always understand that to stay healthy, we should have a balance. Then there are people who sleep a lot, and there are people who would sleep really less. So, staying awake and being sleepy, there has to be a balance between both of this. Okay. Um, now, uh, okay. Last point about balance is, we pay attention on every physical aspect, but if we don't pay attention on our state of mind, then our the result that we expect cannot be really attained properly or 100%. But if we pay attention on our state of mind, see, state of mind, to keep it into balance means to have a positive attitude and to stay away from negativity. Because recently I came to know this. It's really strange, but somebody told me that if you get angry, our body produces some 400 kinds of chemicals in body. Now, I really thought 400 types of chemicals is difficult to understand, but if our body is producing even 40 kinds of chemicals, we should think that can those 40 types of chemicals be beneficial for the body? So, if we think subtly, then we would really feel that no, 40 kinds of chemicals created when I'm angry can never be beneficial for the body. So it applies to every kind of negative feeling. If I have anger, aggression, then hatred, or jealousy, any kind of negative feeling. If I'm stubborn by nature, it's also a negative habit a person can have. What I've learned in my practice is, if a person is stubborn by mind, a stubborn person would never easily let go of things, and they would remember everything. They would remind other people also, that, see, I told that, nobody did that, and this is the result. Everybody should listen to me, like that. They hold the things in the mind. And um, when they keep thinking about holding things, their body learns the same, that okay, whatever comes into body we have to hold. So body learns to hold the food, or should I say the waste. Also, it learns to hold the toxins. So when toxins are healed or they are concentrated into some part of our body, we start falling sick. Gradually, we see the result after months, after years, but it definitely does have a negative effect on the body. So we should always have balance here. And spirituality is a real good practice for every person to stay balanced in the state of mind. So every little aspect that we study, that we learn every day in spirituality, we should always check and change ourselves, because unless we check, unless we realize that I'm wrong at something, I cannot make changes in myself. So realization is a big thing. We cannot take in this session, in any session for sure, but Sister Vinodini is there with you, and she will definitely guide you about how to have balance for our good state of mind, and how can we be positive. See, it is really necessary for a person who's negative to admit that, yes, I'm negative at this point. I'm not saying that you have to admit to some other person how they confess, they make confession in churches. I'm not saying that. We have a connection, subtle connection with ourselves. First, meditation is about connecting yourself with connecting the self first. And second connection should be with the supreme energy. So confession should be first to the self, and confession secondly should be to the supreme energy. So I really feel it's a real good way to become healthy, because in our practice we always try to make people healthy from their mind, because we see that 90% diseases come from psychosomatic, uh, um, should I say, imbalance. Um, 90 to 80 to 90% diseases come from our guts, come from our digestion. That is the physical thing, but 90 to 95% diseases come from our mind, our negative feelings, our habits to become negative at times, or frequently, or daily, or every now and then. So I really feel that we should understand spirituality really well. So Sister Vinodini will really help you. Sister Geeta is there. I don't know names of other sisters who have joined the class or session right now, but they really practice this thing, and we should take their help to be healthy from mind, get healthy. Now we'll move ahead. Diet. Sorry. Diet thing I will definitely share later. But before I share about diet, I really wish to let you know that
I think Dr. Kingel's internet today is a bit having some hiccups. So we'll just give her a few minutes to join again. And while waiting for her, okay, so Sister
okay, I'm
Nisi.
sorry. We have a Wi-Fi connection issue today, so I'm sorry if this happens again.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so before we move ahead to the diet part, I would like you all to know that when I'm speaking, when you all are sitting and listening to this session, we are two entities. One is the body, and one is the soul. So these two are different entities, and both have their different rule. Living being has their own rules, and living body has its own rules. So for health, we have to understand the rules of nature. Okay, our bodies are made of five elements of nature, so we should always follow the rules of nature. There are many rules that impart health or disease to the digestion or to the health. So we will learn them thoroughly today. So I will explain each one of them now. To begin with them, first rule for of the nature is eat only when you are hungry. Okay, it's not that what food should I take to become healthy. It's really the secondary part. You eat whatever you're eating daily, but if you eat with rules, by following each and every rule, you will hardly fall sick. So first rule is eat only when you're hungry. So we have already discussed about type of body, vat, pitta, and kapha. So according to body type, a person can feel hungry thrice a day, a person can feel hungry just once a day. So we can never compare that that person eats thrice a day and I feel hungry just once a day. What should I do? So I would say if you feel hungry just once in a day, then have a proper meal, one proper meal, that's okay for you. But if a person with the prakriti can feel hungry thrice a day, they can eat three meals, three real good meals or two good meals and one light meal. So eat only when you are hungry. There may be times when you feel hungry twice a day, thrice a day. There may be times when you feel hungry just once in a day. So follow your hunger according to seasons. Okay. And second thing, eat as much you are hungry. So if your hunger is this much, eat this much or even lesser, but never overeat. Okay. I've seen people, or even it's my experience from past life, that I've always been an overeater. I never ate in limit, and that really brought a lot of health issues in my early age. So this is one small aspect, but we have to consider it really seriously. That we should never overeat. Third thing is chew properly. I've already said this earlier that drink your food and eat your water. That means chew thoroughly whatever you're eating, that it becomes like juice and you can swallow it, you can gulp it, you can drink it. So we should always chew things properly. I'll give you an example. I don't know if I've given this earlier. Suppose it is said that carrot juice is good for the eyes, is good for the skin, is good for the hair. So if I want to drink carrot juice for for my eyes, good eyes, then how do we take out juice? We will cut them in pieces, carrot, and take in mixer jar. We'll put some water and we'll run the mixer machine, and as soon as it crushes well, we'll take it in a cloth, we will squeeze it properly and we get the juice. Okay, this is how we take out the carrot juice. If we have juicer, it's completely different, but I'm talking about the mixer. I'm talking about the usage of mixer. Now suppose I've made the pieces of carrot, I've put water, and I run the mixer machine uh, just half. Okay, not completely. I don't crush them completely. I've crushed them half, and I took it in the cloth, and I squeezed it. Will I get proper juice or complete juice out of that carrot? So I would say no. There is juice in carrot, but I will not get proper or complete juice because I didn't crush it properly. So similarly, same thing happens when we eat something. Our teeth are enough. They have enough capacity to crush anything, any hard thing. But if I don't crush it well here, my guts cannot squeeze them properly and take the nourishment. I hope you all understand this easy examples. This is the only reason we eat nutritious almost every day, but we don't get nourishment out of it because we don't chew things properly. So this is really a small habit. Uh, uh, Once when I had taken a class, it was online, and that was my first class. And somebody from London heard that class, and they followed this one habit. I talked about constipation, that if a person is constipated, if they make this one small change in their habit, they see a good change in their digestion. So a lady called me after 10 or 15 days after listening to that class. She changed her habit of chewing. She used to eat. very fast, and she had constipation for years. And she made this little change in her habit, and she called me that I really feel a great change in my digestion now. I'm no more constipated since past some days. So it really sounds a very small thing, but it brings a real good and big change. Sorry, it brings a real good and big change in our system. So always try to chew your stuff properly. I know there are people who are really busy with their work, with their services, but your body doesn't know that you are really busy. Your guts can never understand that you are so busy, and that is why you are not chewing properly, and you are giving the work of teeth to the guts. They do not understand. You have to understand, because we have mind. Our organs do not have mind to understand anything. Okay, so make sure you don't do that. Now, fourth habit is killing hunger. There are many people who are workaholic, or who are really busy by their work, by their services, and they would keep killing their hunger. That means if they are hungry at 9, they will not eat anything at 9 because of their work. They will feel like finishing their work first, and then they will eat. So, in doing so, it may happen that until 10, until 11, they are hungry, and there is a time when the hunger really subsides. They don't have a feeling of hunger anymore, and then they will sit peacefully and they will eat at 10 or 11 when there is no hunger at all. So it is the stage of body when it is not able to digest anything. So never ever have this habit to keep hunger, to kill hunger. Okay. Now the fifth thing is eating stale food. This is a common habit in Western countries. I know people coming from USA, people coming from UK, from Europe, they share this, that they mostly eat stale food. They would cook in the morning, they would eat at night. When you are healthy, it's really okay, your body will digest it properly. But when you are a diseased person, when you have pains, especially people with pains in the body, people with headache, people with arthritis, people with constipation, I would specifically say that avoid stale food. If you don't really get time to cook a proper meal, then have a proper lunch. So it's a fresh one. And at night, make anything light and eat. It's okay. Make curries, make veggies, make soups, make just dal, any lentils or pulses, and eat any one thing. It's okay, but eat fresh. This is my humble request to all of you. Then what burdens our digestive process is fried food, because they are really heavy. Then anything overloaded with spices, or sometimes because of making something really tasty, we make things heavier. I'll give you an example. Bottle gourd. You all must have eaten bottle gourd. Okay, it's a vegetable, long one, and it belongs to the climber family, and it's really healthy, nutritious, light to digest, juicy, watery. So it's really beneficial for anybody, any diseased person. Okay, now when you make boiled bottle gourd is totally different, but in Indian household we put some spices into it to make it tastier. It's still okay, but there are people who would put peanuts into it. Now, bottle gourd is really very light to digest, and peanuts are heavy to digest. If you make paste of peanuts, and or if you make a puree out of it to make the what is रस्से को हिंदी इंग्लिश में क्या बोलते हैं? um,
Eat more like sauce, like gravy.
yeah,
Gravy.
gravy kind. Okay, to create a gravy, we put a lot of peanuts into bottle gourd veggie. So I would say we make purposefully. See, purposefully or by mistake, we make that light vegetable really heavy for the body to digest. And then we say, oh, I feel acidity after eating bottle guard. So it's not bottle guard. Bottle guard by nature is really cold, so it can never give you acidity. But if you mix something into it that makes it heavy, either you put a lot of spices that makes it heavy, or you put a lot of peanuts, or you put a lot of sesame seeds to make it creamy text to give it a creamy texture, then it becomes acidic for the body. Or sometimes people put a lot of potatoes or a lot of tomatoes to give it sour taste. And typically Gujarati people, what they do is I'm sure there are Gujarati sisters in the group right now. So what they do is they put a lot of potatoes and a lot of tomatoes. Then they would put a lot of jaggery to make it sweet and sour combination. So, this type of cooking really makes that light vegetable the heavier one. So, this is how we temper the real nature of any food. So, we shouldn't do that. Now, there are people who would excessively eat sugar. Okay, what sugar does into body is, especially when we talk about refined sugar, it really needs calcium for its digestion into body. So if it finds sugar in the bloodstream, it's good for it. Sorry, if it finds calcium in the bloodstream, it's good for it. But if it doesn't find enough calcium from the bloodstream, what it does is it extracts calcium from the bones, from the teeth. No wonder why we find so many dentists around us these days. If I talk about my childhood, I hardly have seen dentists in cities, but now is the time. In every complex, in every street, we would find one dentist, because it has happened because of our habits. Okay, so excess sugar is never ever good for the body. There are people who like to eat sweet, one piece of sweet immediately after their meals. So it's not a good habit to consume sweets every day. That is why we have a practice of bhog every Thursday, so that we offer it once and consume it once in a week. It shouldn't be consumed daily. If you really like to have sweets, then a small piece of jaggery we can have after meal. It's really okay, but not a big piece of jaggery. Okay, just small one, like a chickpea size. So one or two chickpea size of jaggery is okay to satisfy the tongue, to satisfy the mind that we have had some sweet. Okay. Now, dry snacks. Any dry stuff is not really good for the body to consume daily. There are many dry stuff that we can consume. Puffed rice. In India, mostly people consume puffed rice and poha and biscuits, toast, khakra, then chivda, and mix things. Then there are fried, many fried snacks. I know the Gujarati terms, but I don't know English terms. But you all understand what when I say dry means there is no water content at all. What it does is when we consume it, after going into body, it absorbs the water content. And what happens next is, after absorption of water content from the body, it creates a kind of deficiency of water content into the body. And that's why we feel like drinking water every now and then. So I'll give you an example, classic example of idli. Okay, you all are aware of idli and dosa. What happens is we soak rice and dal for hours and hours, and after crushing it, after making a batter, also we keep it aside for hours to ferment. And then we will cook it over the steam. So steam is also of water only. So even after cooking in steam, when we consume it, we feel like we have to drink a lot of water. Okay, so the reason is, eating a lot of grains, eating a lot of lentils and pulses create a water deficiency into water because it absorbs the water content from the body, and that creates deficiency of water into body, and we feel like drinking water again and again. And no wonder why most people feel bloated after eating such food. Okay, so dry stuff, fermented food, um, lots and lots of grains, lots and lots of lentils and pulses create water deficiency into body. Just think one case. If you eat a lot of, not a lot of, just generally you eat fruits, you'll never feel thirsty after it. You eat salad, you'll never feel thirsty after it. Why? Because it had water content. After going into body, it didn't absorb the water, but it nourished the body with the water content. So there is a huge difference between natural food and cooked food. Okay, so no, I'm not saying don't eat dry snacks. I'm just saying that if you have habit to eat them daily, we shouldn't eat them daily. Okay, once in a while when we are traveling, it's really okay to have dry snacks to give pleasure to the mind, pleasure to the teeth, pleasure to the tongue, and it will make you drink water, so you will feel filled for hours and hours. So it's okay to have them, consume them when you're traveling. Then comes the fine flour category. Every fine flour disturbs our digestion, okay, in long run. It disturbs the digestion in long run. So what are the fine flours? One is the white flour, that is refined flour, that is all purpose flour, that is maida. That people say takes 72 hours for digestion. So we can think how difficult it must be for the body to digest. So we should really avoid anything made with fine flour, refined flour. Then besan or gram flour is it clogs the pores of our guts from inside, and no wonder even after eating nutritious food, we have one or the other kind of deficiency in our body every now and then we have to rely on the supplements. Okay, so avoid that. I'm not saying don't eat. If it is possible to soak the uh, 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 dal, the gram dal, and to make a puree and to make something out of it, it's beneficial than to consume gram flour. Then papad. Most people, those who are Indian origin, they know what is papad. It is made of black gram flour, which is really fine. And papad is something, even after eating, even after cooking it, roasting it, if we chew it, it sticks to the teeth. So just imagine if something sticks to the teeth, if it goes to the guts, it will not change its tendency or characteristic. It will stick to the guts as well. So papad is something that we should never eat. If you ask me, can we eat sometimes? I would say no. Please don't eat even once. Can we eat anything of maida, like cakes made of it, buns or bread or biscuits made of all-purpose flour? I would say no. Please don't eat it. Okay, then there are people who really drink less water. There are people who don't feel thirsty at all, maybe because of their diet is such that their body is nourished with some or the other kind of juices, like we spoke about fruits and salads and vegetables. If somebody consumes them more, that their water intake will really be lesser. But those who are really workaholic, they have their mind engaged into their work so much that they don't feel that they were thirsty. They are thirsty and they don't drink enough water. So how much water should we drink? I think we have covered this, but we should drink water whenever we are thirsty, as much thirst we have. So this is one case. Now there are people who would, as soon as they will wake up, they will drink plenty of water just to clean their, just to have their bowel movement. So when a person has this habit of drinking a lot of water, 2 glasses, 3 glasses, 4 glasses, 1 liter, 1.5 liters, normal water, warm water, hot water, then mark my words, you are making your guts weaker and weaker by doing so. because what your body learns is the water will come, it will give a pressure, and then we will pass the motion. So this whole thing begins with one or two glasses. It reaches to two glasses, three glasses, four glasses, warm water, hot water. This means the doses of water increases. If doses of, I've told this earlier, if doses of medication increases, you should understand that the organ is becoming weaker and weaker. Similarly, if the doses of water increases, you should understand that your guts are getting weaker and weaker. I'm not saying don't drink at all in the morning. If you feel thirsty, you should definitely drink water, but nobody has thirst for two, three, four glasses, 1 liter, 1.5 liters in the morning. A person can be thirsty for one glass, I guess. So it's okay to have normal or warm water, but hot water and cold water also make our guts weaker and weaker. Okay. So, then, what makes our guts weaker are wrong food combination. We have covered them in last session. I didn't go really deep into it. The general idea is okay to have that three categories: milk, grain, and fruits. We should never combine. Okay, and there are people who have habit to take laxatives every now and then, every day, and if this habit is for years, you are having this habit for years, definitely your guts are really weak, that they cannot digest food properly, they cannot throw out the waste easily. So you need to have changes in your diet, in your sleep pattern, because people who don't get enough sleep every day also have disturbed guts. Okay, if this is our first brain, then guts are called second brain in science. So if this brain is disturbed because it doesn't get rest at night, so if this brain is disturbed, the second brain will definitely get disturbed. And if the second brain means the guts are disturbed, you will not get good sleep at night. So these both are closely interrelated. So we should always sleep early at 9:30. Before 10 at least we should sleep, and we should get up early to keep our guts in a healthy state. These all are rules, okay, for the good diet and good health. Then there are people who really do overload work. You all understand by overload work, okay? Overload means beyond the capacity of the organs. So overload eating is beyond the capacity of guts. Overstanding is beyond the capacity of our legs, our feet. Lifting something overload is beyond the capacity of the hands. Staying awake is uh, is overload for the eyes. It goes sometimes beyond the capacity of the eyes, and it also goes beyond the capacity of brain. Drinking a lot, plenty of water, as I said, some people have habit to drink plenty of water in the morning, so that goes beyond the capacity of the guts first and then the kidneys. So we have seen people drinking a lot of water in their life and having their kidneys damaged in longer run. So I would say drink water according to the thirst. Okay, then taking bath immediately after meals. This every BK should note down that taking bath immediately after meals, because there are people who don't get motion early in the morning, they get motion immediately after eating something, and we have a habit to take bath after going for motion. So I really would say you have to change your habit. If you always get motion immediately after meals. See, after having meal, 1 or 2 hours pass and you get motion and you take bath is totally okay. But immediately, once in a while, if you take bath is totally okay. But if this is a habit created by your own self, then you have to make change into it. Uh, then late dinner makes us unhealthy. We should take dinner before sunset or nearby the sunset time. Then mental stress. I've already spoke about this. Mental stress disturbs the gut movement. As I said, more than 90% of diseases come from the poor digestion. So that is why everything that I've spoken until now is all about digestion. Because if digestive system is good, most of the systems are good, because digestion is something that nourishes the body first, and uh, it removes the waste out of the body. So it plays two huge roles in the body. One is to nourish the body, one is to remove the waste out of the body. So if both the systems are really well, then most of our organs are nourished well, whether it is heart, kidneys, or liver, or brain, or eyes, or hands, or muscles, or bones, anything. If I want to strengthen my bones, what do? We take calcium. We take calcium rich food, or if not calcium rich food, then we take supplements. But it has to go into digestion first. And if my digestion is good, my body can take up the nourishment. It can distribute the nutrients to the different organs, and that's how we get good health. So our digestion has to be perfect, good, accurate, and strong enough, efficient enough for good health. So we are talking about all these aspects, all these rules of nature. When I talk about stress, there are two kinds of stress. One is physical stress, one is mental stress. Physical stress, I've already told. If we do anything beyond our capacity, that overload work, that is burden to the organs, stress to the organs. And second is the psychological stress or mental stress. Most mental stress comes from assumptions. The stress doesn't really exist. It's a creation of mind. Okay, if you all understand this thing, it's a subtle thing. But if we talk about tension, tension arises when we have a lot of questions in our mind. What, when, why, how? These questions create a lot of psychological stress into our mind. But when we think of solution only, we are not stressed. We receive cases here. We get cases come from all over the world saying that um, I feel constipated when I'm stressed. I know that it's not physical factors that are making me constipated. It's my psychological stress that makes me constipated. There are times or days when I don't have any stress on my mind. I don't feel constipated. So just imagine how much stress can disturb our body system, disturb our gut system. So mental stress, tension, aggression, anger, every kind of negative feeling uh, has direct effect on our guts, on our heart, on our muscles. So we should stay away from any kind of negativity. Then there are people who excessively take medications. Now, there are two terms commonly used in the world now. One is pharmaceutical, one is nutraceutical. So, pharmaceutical is something that doctor prescribes for any diseases, um, any kind of bad feelings in the body, like gas or acidity or pain or something else. So that falls into pharmaceutical category, and the other one is nutraceutical. That is all kinds of supplements. I really feel that unnecessarily many people are taking these nutraceuticals just to, what do I say, just to satisfy the mind that okay, I'm nourishing my body well. But if your digestion is good, you eat the regular food that you are taking for years, that can be natural nutraceutical for you. Okay, then there are people who eat, this is the last point, the people who are taking most artificial food. Now, what is artificial? Ice creams definitely are not natural. Chocolates definitely are not natural. They have some natural ingredient, that's okay, but not all the ingredients to prepare them are natural. Most sodas, most drinks that are polypacked are not natural. They are all artificial. Most chips and biscuits and cookies and whatever we find in polypacks are artificial, made with lots of sugar, made with lots of salt, made with lots of preservatives, made with all uneatable oils. The main ingredient is palm oil, which is normally used in the makeup industry. So I would say this is the list of rules of nature. If we follow them, my belief is that it's almost impossible for a person to fall sick. Okay. So last time somebody asked me a question, what can be a general diet to stay healthy? So I said that have natural breakfast, that is either fruit or salad and sprouts. We shouldn't mix fruits and sprouts because the digestion time for both is different. Category of food for both is different. Then, if you are a hard worker, if you feel hungry twice a day, then have proper lunch, proper dinner, it's okay. If you don't feel sleepy in daytime, then have proper meal and light proper lunch and light dinner is okay. But if your food makes you feel sleepy in the daytime, then have light lunch and proper dinner. But if you are taking heavy dinner, then it should be before sunset. This is the simplest diet a person can follow, whether that person is healthy or whether that person is diseased. Okay. So, this is all from my side for today. And if we talk about remedy, uh, I will take generally two, three health issues and remedies for that. So, most people, in my knowledge, are constipated these days. Many people say, I'm not constipated, but they don't know they are constipated. There are people who come to us with IBS, okay, irritable bowel syndrome. They go for motion 5, 6, 7 times in a day, but still their stool becomes hard. So that is a sign of constipation. And even after having motion 5, 6, 7 times a day, they don't feel that everything from yesterday has come out. Everything they have eaten yesterday has come out. So that is a sign of constipation. If you do not pass all the stool the next day, if you had your 3 meals, 2 meals today, and if you don't pass it out all the fecal material the next day, you are definitely constipated. There are people who say, I go every alternate day, I pass motion every alternate day, then that is a sign of constipation. Okay. So what these people can avoid, first thing is every sticky thing they should avoid. So, what is a sticky thing? Rice are sticky thing for the guts. Fine flours, I've already mentioned them, so they should avoid them. Most dry snacks they should avoid. What they can consume more is drumsticks are really good for them. Then fruits like papaya and guava. Then every juicy fruit is good for them. Then they can have broken wheat, broken barley, that is dalia. So it is best for those who are constipated. See, if you consume roti of fine flour and you consume dalia of the same wheat, there is difference in the form of that wheat, and that brings a lot of change into your system. So roti is difficult for the body to digest and dalia is easy for the body to digest. So I would suggest to consume more broken wheat than roti. Then if because of constipation a person feels bloated, or they burp a lot, they fart a lot because of the gas formation into body, they should consume a good amount of ginger or ginger powder in their vegetables, in their soups, in their dal, to avoid the effect of gas. Then, if they are not diabetic, they can consume dry figs, soaked dry figs, 2 pieces or 3 pieces in a day. If they are diabetic, they can consume one, it's okay. But if the diabetes is really heavy or severe, then they should avoid dry fig, so dried fig, because that also gives a spike in sugar. So okay, and what they can avoid, I've already said, rice, dry snacks, then fine flour, then banana, okra or lady's finger, and cashews, definitely. Cashew, coffee, and pomegranate seeds, the white part, the white seeds, they cause constipation. The juicy part around it, the red one, the pink one, that that gives a good digestion, that helps in digestion. But the white part, the seed part, causes constipation to the constipated people. So this is the general thing for constipated people. They should do Kapalbhati a lot. Sister Vinotini has shared link earlier, so I'm sure all of you know how to practice that. Then drink a good amount of water. Then constipated people can have 2 to 3 teaspoon of ghee, pure desi cow ghee, uh, to to soothe their bowel movements. Okay. Then if we talk about people having pains, so somebody asked about what is the reason for pins and needles. So it's mostly felt in their soles or calf muscles. So the biggest reason, as far as my knowledge says, is diabetes, because diabetes is a kind of disease. It's a lifestyle disease. First thing you should understand is diabetes is a lifestyle disease. If it is type 1, it is a genetic disease. If it is a type 2 diabetes, it is a lifestyle disease. So we can get rid of it by changing our lifestyle. And most people have this pins and needle kind of feeling in their soles, in their feet, because of diabetes, because diabetes is a disease that damages the nervous system. So many people feel like there is a sponge in their soul. Many people have burning sensation in their soul. Many people have hurt feeling in their souls. So that is all because of diabetes. And what one person with such feeling can do is get rid of diabetes by changing your diet habit, by changing your sleep patterns, by changing your mm, exercise, sedentary lifestyle, and at last by changing your nature. Because people having bitterness in their mind face diabetes in some level. This is how I have understood until now. So what they can eat, what they can avoid, I think we have already covered in previous sessions. So yeah, you can go through it. And what kind of fastings they can do, that also we have covered. Then I was talking about pains. If people have pain in their body, one or the other parts, the headache is also kind of pain, cervical pain, back pain, shoulder pain, knee pain. Uh, these kind of people can avoid sour things first. They can avoid fermented food. They can avoid cooking the sour things. That is, avoid cooking lemon, avoid cooking tomatoes, avoid cooking curd, avoid cooking tamarind. If you want to take, if you like the taste of tomatoes in your food, then add it as soon as you turn off the flame and let it steam for 5 to 10 minutes and consume that food. But my suggestion to typically to those who have pains in the body is to avoid sour things. And to those who have arthritic pains, I would say that avoid stale food. This is the first thing a person with arthritis has to do. There is no argument that I have this work, I have that work. If you do not avoid stale food, you will never ever be able to get rid of your pains. Okay. Um, um, then gas is one reason for pains, so these people have to avoid anything that creates gas. So this we have covered in types of in body types, what are the things avoid that. And today we have understood a list of rules of nature, so follow each and every rule. I'm definitely I'm really sure that you will come out of your pains. Okay, so this was nutshell about health issues and diet and remedies. Now we can go ahead with the question answers, sister.
Okay. So this is everyone's favorite part, the questions.
Hmm.
So I already have some questions before even this class started. So I'm just gonna go through those questions first. So the first question is, can we add raisins or goji berries and almonds in oatmeal for breakfast?
Yeah, yeah. Any
You
fresh
can
food cannot be consumed, but if they are dried, if you have soaked them, you can add it.
soaked what? Soak the raisins?
Almond, yeah, almonds, specifically, I would mention this. See, there are two categories. One is dry fruits and one is nuts. So they should always be soaked separately. Nuts should be separately soaked, and dry fruits should be soaked separately. The water to soak the dry fruits can be consumed by us, whether it is of dried fig or raisins or dates or what other dry fruits do we consume?
Fig.
Most,
Yeah.
you were saying something, sister?
Fig. Fig.
Fig, yeah.
Figs.
So
Yeah.
figs, dry figs, yeah. So that water we can consume, but the nuts that we have soaked, that water we should throw. We shouldn't consume that. And almonds specifically should be peeled off, and then skin should be removed. And then if we consume, it's better. That is why I said if you want to add it into oats, then you should soak it, peel it off, and then consume it. It's okay.
Okay. Can you add vegetables to quinoa? Like, beetroot, broccoli, zucchini.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Is hing asafoetida, is it good for people with osteoarthritis?
Yeah, because I've told this already that it cuts away the effect of gas, and most arthritic people have pains because of gas. See, if you don't fart, if you don't burp, doesn't mean you don't have gas in the body. If you have pains, especially if the pain is felt in different parts of the body every now and then, or sometimes you have headache, sometimes you have shoulder pain, sometimes you have knee pain. So if it keeps running, or should I say, if it keeps rolling into your body, then you should definitely understand that it's because of gas in the body, and your body cannot pass that gas out, and that is why you are having pains. So, asafoetida, ginger, then carom seeds are good remedies for that.
So, you said in the last class that fruit and veggies, we should consume it after cutting them. But what if it's like a big melon or a big squash that I'm not able to consume it
Mm.
at that time? So can I cut and store them
Mm.
in the fridge?
Yeah. So how what you can do is if you have this oblong kind of watermelon, then cut it half and place it on a lid or something and keep it in the fridge. And the other half you can cut. But many people I've seen what they'll do, they'll cut it into pieces. The whole watermelon they'll cut it into pieces, store it in a container, and then keep it in the fridge. That is not a right way to cut a big fruit or vegetable. Just cut on a side and apply anything. Keep it on a lid or however you cover it and place it in the fridge then.
Okay. And between rice and poha, which one is healthy or healthier, I would say?
Which one is healthy? Rice is also healthy for those who can digest. Rice is healthy when you take it in lunch. It becomes unhealthy for some people when they consume at night. If you are really healthy, it's okay to even consume at night. But if your dinner time is by sunset, okay. And as I said, for constipated people, for those who have asthma, rice is not a good option. For those who are diabetic, even rice, poha, or murmura or puffed rice are not a good option. But once in a while, when you're traveling, when you have a lot of acidity, then puffed rice and poha can be good for you. If you have ulcer, then it is good for you. But so we cannot generally define that rice is good or poha is good. It depends on your body condition.
Is mango easy to digest?
No, it's heavy to digest.
And how many hours would it take for digestion?
That depends on person's digestion, how many mangoes did you eat, and whether it was more juicy or more pulpy, because there are varieties of mangoes available, right? So if it is really juicy, it can hardly take 3 hours to digest. See, if two normal size of mangoes, if I eat, then I would definitely feel hungry after 1.5 or 2 hours. But if they are this big size, like we have in Tapovan of 700 grams, 800 grams of one mango, and if you eat two of them, you can imagine it'll take 3 hours definitely for you to feel hungry again. So it really depends. And if a person with Pitta Prakriti will ask for something immediately after eating that, and if a person with Kapha Prakriti eats 2 or 3 mangoes, they may not ask for anything for next 3-4 hours. So it really depends person to it varies person to person. Can be consumed in two ways. One is that you peel it off, you cut it into pieces, and you eat. And second is you squeeze it and just by nichod ke khana. So that is another way. And my feeling, my understanding and experience says that if you eat that way, it becomes lighter for you to digest because see, if you have noticed the fibers of mango, it's kind of undigestible for the body. Your body can hardly break it down if you don't chew it properly. And most of the time we have observed, because in Tapovan we have like 5 to 7,000 of mango trees. So when it is the season, we would stay on mangoes only. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, mango, mango, mango. So when we continuously eat that, we feel constipated because after 1, 2, 3, 4 days, our body really finds it difficult to digest and throw it out, the fibers. So this way, when we eat, it's really easy because most of the fibers they stay stick stuck to the peel itself. So we only consume the juice mostly. So it also depends how you are eating.
So you, sorry, I think because of the internet, there's some of you when you were saying got cut off. So you said that having a mango juice is probably easier to digest than eating mango. Is that what you meant?
Yeah, but mango juice, how are you taking out the juice? You are cutting and you are crushing and you're taking that juice, or you are squeezing and you are taking the juice. If you are squeezing, there is no zero connection with the air element. So that also really matters for the digestion. When you cut it, it has a exposure to the oxygen, and there is some kind of oxidation happening. So this it's a very small thing, but yeah, it does matter.
Okay.
So juice are of course okay because we cut the fibers in small portions.
Okay.
But still, you should always remember a general rule that you drink something and you eat something. Chewing always adds more saliva than drinking something. So, chewing and eating any fruit is better than having the juices.
Okay. Can I eat mung bean for breakfast? Somebody's saying because she blends it and makes it into a hot drink. Can I have that for
Can you
breakfast?
repeat the word? Can you repeat the
Mung bean
question?
for breakfast as a hot
Mung
drink.
beans.
Can I eat mung bean for breakfast as a hot drink?
As a hot drink means you cook the mung beans.
Yeah, cooking it.
Okay, that early in the morning.
Like for breakfast as a hot beverage.
Okay, like in a soup form or mung
Like soup.
pani.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. If it is a cold weather, that's okay.
Okay. Please suggest food that helps with PCOS, and
With
thyroid.
what?
PCOD,
PCOS. Okay.
PCOS, yes, and thyroid.
Please. And thyroid. For thyroid, I would say most natural food are good, of course. And one thing they can add in their, one thing they can skip is um, cabbage. They shouldn't consume cabbage, and they should consume more coriander, coriander leaves, and coriander seed water is really good for those who have thyroid. What they can do is they can soak 1 teaspoon of coriander seeds at night in 2 glasses of water, 1 ml, and let it cool down and consume it in the daytime whenever you are thirsty. So that is one remedy. Then they can soak a napkin in cold water and squeeze it, not until it's completely dry, but lightly squeeze it so that it is not runny or it is not dry, and cover your neck for 15 minutes. It is called wet wrap. So it is really good for those who have thyroid. So wet wrap, uh, coriander seed water, consuming more coriander leaves, avoiding cabbage, and doing brahmri. So sister, you can share how brahmri can be done. So it is a good practice for those who have thyroid. And for PCOS, my understanding until now with different patients is that first thing that makes a person having PCOS is constipation. So to clear the PCOS, you have to first focus on your digestion. So I've already said what things should be avoided and what more should be consumed to avoid constipation. So focus more on that. Now, PCOS something has relation with the hormonal disturbance, female hormonal disturbance. So anything that um has hormones in it, that is mostly the milk and milk products. So one should avoid, first thing one should avoid is milk and milk products. Then anything that has hot potency, that is bajra, then all the spices are hot in potency. Then most of oils are hot in potency, like sesame oil, mustard seed oil, and okay, these two should be avoided. What they can consume is coconut oil is good for them. Coconut pieces of coconut are good to consume. Coconut water is good to consume for them. Then most juicy fruit juices are good for them. Then if they want to make some sweet, then egg. शक्कर बोलते हैं, अब शक्कर को इंग्लिश में क्या बोलते हैं आई डोंट नो, खड़ी शक्कर या धागे वाली शक्कर बोलते हैं, मिश्री, which is a big form of sugar. It is not refined sugar, and it has cold potency, so they can consume them. Then ashgard juice is really really good for them. Then performing butterfly pose, sitting in butterfly pose is good for them. uh, Poses and pranayams are totally different session that has to be taken, but kapalbhati is good for them. Then custard apple is is a fruit that is really really good for them. I know it's hardly found in USA, but if you are a frequent traveler to India, it's mostly found in monsoon, so you can plan your visits accordingly if you really want to take them. Then most pickles than brinjal are hot in potency. So papad, something that is sticky, all fine flour should be avoided. Then dalia is good for them. Then how I say cumin seed, sorry, coriander seed water is good for them. Then cumin seed water is good for them. Then fennel water is good for them. The process to prepare the water is same for all. Then they can soak black raisins at night, like uh, 8 to 10 or 12 uh, black raisins. They can soak at night, and in the morning, they don't have to give it a boil, but they can crush it and consume that water. It's really, really good for them. And abdominal wrap. Sister Vinotini has already.
So I guess before I just wanted to share quickly before while waiting for her. Some of you have requested for her email. If there are some questions that you want to ask her, something maybe personal that you're not able to ask in this class. So I'm putting it in the chat. So this is her email. You can send questions to her. Okay. Gentleman is back. Okay. Good. We can't see you.
Okay, so for any personal question, okay, this is the email ID. So sister has already shared the.
Yes. Okay. Can we go ahead with just a few more questions?
Okay, you all can hear me?
Okay. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, okay,
Um,
okay.
what should we consume when we have menstrual cramps? You know, that 4 to 5 days menstrual cycle. When there's
Mm,
heavy cramps, what's
mm.
good to be consumed?
Okay, first thing I will share, if you have heavy menstrual flow, then one natural remedy is to consume mint leaves. You can spread it to as many people as you can. It's a wonderful wonderful remedy that if a person has really heavy flow, they should consume 10, 15, 20 mint leaves early in the morning first thing. If they have heavy flow during the day as well, they can consume twice a day, early in the morning and in the evening at 4 or 5. 10, 15, 20 leaves, mint leaves. So it really helps with cramps as well and flow as well. So what they can do is either they can consume just raw, just like that, with some misery to make it sweet, or you can add lemon and cumin seed powder and a pinch of salt into it and make it like a water lemonade kind of thing and consume it. Or if you have frequent cramps in abdomen, then you need clarified butter, that is ghee, pure cow ghee. I don't know about Jersey cow ghee. You shouldn't consume that also. But pure cow ghee, if you have, then take 1 or 1.5 glass of water. Put 1 or 2 teaspoon of ghee into it. Boil it until it's 1 glass, or it is half. The water is half, and as soon as it turns warm, it cools down and turns warm, then consume it in warm form, and take it once or twice in a day. Sorry, take it 1 or 2 days. I'm sure you will have a good effect of it. And sister has said the shared the link of lapet. So doing it on your abdominal region wherever you have pain will give you relief in it. So these are 3 remedies for the cramps. Hello.
Sorry,
Okay.
I was muted. Okay. What can someone do when they have swelling in the feet for over 2 years? What food should they eat and what they should avoid?
See, it's not about what to eat and what not to eat. You have to first figure out why do you have swelling in the feet, whether it is because of kidney damage or liver damage, or do you have arthritis, or you have some heart problem. So accordingly, diet is changed. But one thing for sure you can do is, see, it can be because of iron deficiency also. So whether you are deficient or whether your organ is damaged, you have to figure out first. So first thing you can do is avoid salt. I'm not saying don't eat at all, but make it half or even lesser. Salt is something that retains water into your body and that gives you swelling. Then if you have arthritic pains in the body and you have swelling, then as I said, avoid sour things, fermented things, and salt and sugar. That will really help you with swelling. And you can do lapid also. Lapate wet wrap is something that that helps you get rid of any pain, any swelling, any stiffness. It is harmless. You have to keep it wrapped for just 15 minutes. Afterwards, it turns warm because of your body heat. So it is useless for keeping for longer time. So it should be kept just for 15 minutes. You can apply it for once or twice or thrice in a day as per your problem.
Okay. Do's and don'ts for IBS diarrhea.
Do's and don'ts for the IBS diarrhea. See, most people I have seen with IBS are those who eat very frequently. Every now and then they would eat something. So, first of all, you have to change the habit to eat only twice or thrice in a day. This is the first change you have to bring into your system. Eat only when you are hungry. Don't overeat. Go through all the rules that I mentioned today and check where you are making a mistake. Second thing, if you have severe IBS, then peel off every vegetable, because most skins are thick and hard for their guts, especially for digestion, and that gives a kind of irritation to their guts. So avoid that. Then avoid oils, gluten, then green leaf vegetables, then anything that causes gas. What they can eat are most juicy fruits they can eat, like apple, pear, pomegranate. Then green moong dal is good for them. Whether it is sabut moong, that is whole moong, or broken one, both are okay for them. Soak it for, if it is the whole moong, then soak it for 6 to 8 hours and make anything out of it, yeah, whether chilla or idli, or just cook it as moong, or make anything out of it. but soak it first. And if you are making with dal, then also you have to soak it for 3 to 4 hours before making anything. Then they have to use ginger juice, then ginger, whole ginger, because the fibers mostly are indigestible for them, and that indigestion gives irritation to the guts. So anything that irritates your guts, you should avoid. For IBS, I would say the irritation varies person to person. So you have to figure out by yourself that what is it that irritates your guts very frequently, and you have to avoid it. Then
Okay.
cow ghee, as I always say, it's good for every person. So you can consume that. And uh, avoid the seeds, most seeds, tomato seeds, then guava seeds, then um, yeah.
Eggplants.
Hmm.
Eggplant seeds.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Next will be, can you list some most easily digestible fruits? What are some easily digestible
What are
fruits?
some easily digestible foods? So fruits. So most berries are easily digestible. Then most citrus fruits are easily digestible. Apple can give constipation to some because of its fibers, otherwise, it's easy to digest. Pear is very easy to digest. Then guava is good, it's heavy, but still, it is good for digestion. Mm, Grapes are good if you want to improve your digestion. If you want to improve any kind of health diseases, grapes are good. Um, I think that's,
That's okay.
yeah.
Is mango lassi good for digestion?
Mango what?
See,
Mango
mango
lassi.
lassi. Yeah.
Lassi is of dahi, curd, and mango.
Good.
So curd and fruit is not a right combination. As I said, milk and fruit is not a right combination. Similarly, curd can be consumed with your meal. It can be consumed with grain, with vegetables, with soup. It should not be consumed with dal, lentils, pulses, legumes, and fruits.
Okay. And then is it okay to make smoothie for breakfast with like, spinach, carrots, orange, apple, kale?
Fruits and vegetables.
Should not be combined.
No. You can combine the vegetables, you can combine the salads, and you can combine the fruits. This kind of smoothie is okay, still okay. But see, if you are making smoothie with by combining banana and apple and grapes or berries, then I'm sure it's a wrong food combination, because banana and grapes are not a good combination. Banana and berries are not a good combination. Banana and
So
sapota
then,
is okay. Then um, papaya and mango are okay sometimes. All the citrus fruits like oranges and pineapple are okay to combine. All the berries are okay to combine. All kinds of grapes are okay to combine.
okay. What is a natural source for B12? Or is it okay to take B12 supplements if you're deficient?
Nowadays, most people are deficient, I know. And the biggest reason for deficiency is not because we cannot consume in through the vegetarian sources. It is because we spend it a lot. Our guts are capable enough to produce B12, but first reason why our guts cannot produce is because of the uncleaned guts. So first thing to improve the amount of B12 in body is to clean your guts. um, by of course all these changes we have already discussed in so many sessions. Then second thing is consuming curd and um, buttermilk is okay. Then doing more pranayama increases B12 in the body. Then just before some time, an allopathy doctor told me that if a person consumes a lot of statins or consumes a lot of uh, uh, thyroid medicines, they are B12 deficient. So it's not just the food that makes you uh, what should I say, that increases the B12, but we have to pay attention on the leakage as well. Not just that, what do I take? And if your guts are not clean, if you cannot make enough changes, if you cannot change your lifestyle and diet, if you cannot not change your state of mind, because most people having negative thoughts have biggest leakage in their system. Negative thoughts is a kind of leakage in the body, and most vitamins are leaked out because they are consumed into the disturbances created because of negative thoughts in the body. So, if you do not stop the leakage, then you definitely have to prefer the supplements. Otherwise, try
Okay.
the natural remedy. Make your body habituated to create it. Only then you can never be deficient.
Okay. What are your thoughts about consuming whole grains?
Whole grains, soak them and cook them. That is the best way you can consume grains.
Okay. 40% of my intake is fruit. Is that too much fruit because of fructose?
No, if it doesn't make you bloated, or if it doesn't give you indigestion, if it doesn't give you chills or cold feet or cold palms, then it's a perfect diet.
Okay. Since raw food is difficult to digest for older people, what would be the best choice for them?
Okay, since raw food is difficult to digest because we are not habituated, what we can do is, along with raw food, always have something cooked, because we put spices into it, we put salt, we put ginger, we put black pepper. So these are the things that help anything digest easily. It's okay to consume raw, because we have to create habit to we have to create a habit to digest raw food. So consume with soups, consume with sabji, consume with dal, consume with grain, but have raw food.
Okay. I think there was one last question was no, I can't find that question. Was there some time? Okay. Are sprouts high in B12?
Can't say so.
Okay.
But it's good to consume sprouts because it's a natural food. As I said, it's an emerged form. So it gives a living energy to the body. And if it gives you real good energy, your body can create B12. That is for sure.
Okay. Next will be okay. This is referring to a previous class that you gave that you mentioned sprouts are healthier than lentils and beans.
Mm.
So this student have tried sprouting mung beans, black chana, and chickpeas, but they're pretty tough to eat raw. So is it okay to
Mm.
steam them? Steam
Yeah,
them so it becomes soft? And is it all
yeah,
right to add a little seasoning to it?
yeah, you can.
Okay, as long as you don't like cook it, like
Mm.
so light steaming is okay. And but can you like put it, like have oil and then put a bit of like spices and then you cook the sprout. So I guess that's not what you meant by seasoning, right? Just adding salt or
Yeah,
pepper, that's it.
yeah.
Okay. And is oat milk good? Is it okay? Oat milk.
See, if you'll ask me, I'm the wrong person to ask this question because since I belong to a complete Indian culture, oats were not there in our culture first. I don't know. It has come from west side, maybe because of the grain they grow there, and oat milk. We have option of other milk, so I never ever think of this kind of milk, and especially people consume it in the morning. So something derived from grain in the morning is never ever advised by a naturopath. We always think that something that is unprocessed is called natural, and that should be your first meal of the day. So this is my understanding. So I really cannot answer this.
Okay.
If it suits your body, it's okay to consume, I would say.
What is the best soup that can be had with salad?
There is nothing called best. See, because every person likes different vegetables and different tastes. Some like sour, some like sweet. So those who like sweet, they can add more carrot and pumpkin. Those who like sour, they can add more bottle gourd or ash gourd. But tomato soup is never a good option because I've told this in previous class that cooking tomatoes make them more and more acidic. So it should never be there in the soups. Otherwise, any mix and match, any combination in any proportion for soups is okay. Some people like taste of spinach, so I always found spinach is good for those who are iron deficient or those whose HB is low, those who are low at energy, and yeah, those who don't have kidney stone problem can frequently consume spinach as a vegetable or as a part of soup. So yeah, however you like the taste, you have to choose the combinations.
Okay. I think we are good. Even time is up more than it's been almost 9:30 now. So the question is, I'm just asking, the students who are here in Zoom, do you want a separate session just Q&A next Thursday? Is it something that, or are all your questions answered? If you can just put a heads up or a hands up, a Zoom hand, that will be helpful because Dr. Kinjal has to work her schedule around if we want to request just another class, just one more class. I guess, yeah, there's many yeses are coming in. Sorry, Dr. Kinjal, do you think you can squeeze that in your schedule next
Next
Thursday?
Friday, my next Friday. Okay, sure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the same time as how we are doing, just one more class,
Mm.
but just completely Q&A.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So again, if you have those questions already in your mind, if you can please send it to me, or you can email it to our LA email, losangeles@us.brahmakumaris.org, so I could compile these questions ahead of time, so that when we start the class, we don't just waste time. We just go ahead with those questions. So if you already have some things that's already in your mind, then please do send it to me. Either some of you have my phone number, you can send it by text, or you can send it by email. So either way, then I'm able to compile those questions and be ready for the next class. I think we are good, Dr. Kinjal. So I believe we are good for now. Whatever questions that came up in the chat, I've already asked. And now we will see you again in the next class. So we'll just have a moment of silence. We'll have special drishti with Kinjal Ben. If you can turn on your camera, and she can see everyone. Thank you, Dr. Kinto.
Om Shanti.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Om Shanti. I'll see you.